I'll sit here, but tonight is very casual. You can sit wherever you want.
Well.
And then I'm gonna go, and I have to go see that it's actually working.
Okay.
Oh, you want to eat? Yeah. Thanks for the
I don't think that it makes any difference.
Between you and me and Daddy.
Ivale,
Hi, Jade.
introduce the family to Jay.
Okay. Hi, Jay. Hi. Hi, Sophie. So this is Sophie and Jade.
He's on vacation.
This is my son.
I know, so nothing can go wrong.
And this is my sister. And then these are my cousins on that side. And then this is my
But I should
stepson.
have those bets,
And
just for these teams.
these are that's my nana.
Hi,
And
Jay.
It's true.
and my grandpa's daughter.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
My mom.
And
And
her dad.
okay.
We are working.
Yep. That's next.
So let's sit there and skip
We're kind of a small group. Not too big.
Yeah, we don't have a humongous family.
You're gonna have every time someone new comes in, you're gonna have to list everyone again. Adding
So this is my tutor.
Oh, you're all sitting there.
I see. Shabbat shalom.
Right.
It doesn't have to be close.
Oh.
But I want to sit as close to
Yeah, you know.
It's just like the one we
We're sitting
I guess it is.
But isn't that what you suggested? Eva, what did you want? What did you want to say?
Okay, tonight it really doesn't matter.
Right.
Tomorrow it should be a little
Yeah, yeah.
more.
That's what we Sure. need. Something So good.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it over.
Yes.
I use the microphone. Usually the microphone.
Hi, Sophie. How are you? Hello. You look.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks for being here. It's a good thing that we have Eva Katz becoming bat mitzvah this weekend. Well, it's a good thing, period, but we would not have a minyan without your family. So, very good. It's a hot one tonight if you're watching online and you're not in California. It's about, I wouldn't say it's as hot as it can get, but it's very, very warm. So we may cut a few things tonight, like no repetition of the Amidah. But we're going to start with letting the heavens rejoice and the earth be glad. Yismechu Hashamayim. It's on page 6. Page 6. Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim. V'tageh haaretz. Yiram hayam. Yiram hayam. Yiram hayam. Umelo. Yiram hayam. Yiram hayam. Yiram hayam. Umelo. Page 12. Abbreviating Kabbalat Shabbat. Because of the heat. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki. All right, Stuart. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar right, page 12, Mizmor, or 13 rather, Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Ahul Adonai Bnei, Ahul Adonai, Ka'avod Ba'oz, Zayayinai, Ahul Adonai, Ke'evot Shema Vishtachavu Adonai Ve'adra Kodesh, Kol Adonai, Al HaMayim El HaKavod Hirim, Adonai, Al Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Ba'koach, Ayayinai, Kol Adonai, Be'echadar Kol Adonai, Shover Arazim, Vayshaver Adonai, Et Arzei Halmanon, Vayarkirem Kemo Eged, Lebanon, Ve'esirion, Kemo Vedre'emim, Ayayinai, Kol Adonai, Ozer Lavon Eish, Kol Adonai, Yakil Midbar, Yakil Adonai, Midbar Karesh, Kol Adonai, Yechol El Hayadot, Vayecheso, Ye'aron, Ruhechalo, Kulo Omer Kahor, Ayayinai, Adonai, Lama Havuya Shava Yishem, Adonai, Melech Le'olam, Adonai Oz, Le'amo Yiten, Adonai Yemarech Et Amo V'Shalom. Let's get the rock going. Yai, yai, nai, 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 nai. Yai, nai, nai, nai. Yai, nai, 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 nai. Yai, nai, nai, nai. Yai, nai, 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 L'Chadodi, page 15, we do the first two and the last two stanzas. L'Chadodi לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. l'Chadodi לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שעבור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, שמו תפארת ולנעלה. l'Chadodi לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. l'Chadodi לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת ונלכה, כי אם מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, את אדוני תריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונפתחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We rise and we face the entrance, welcoming the Shabbat bride. Bo v'shalom ateret bala, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי קלה, בואי קלה. לך יהודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך יהודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We say to any mourners in our midst, may God comfort you with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Page 19. Psalm for Shabbat. Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot le'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, le'hagid b'boker chasdecha ve'emunatcha ba'elon, alei asor ve'alei einavel, alei higayon ve'chidon. Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot le'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. We continue on our own. Tzadika tamar yifrach, Perez Malvadon Yizkek, Shetunim Beveit Adonai Bechatzro, Eloheinu Yavrihu, Od Yenuvun Beseva, Deshenim Beradnanim Yehu Lehagid, Yashar Adonai Zuri Velo Avlatabo. Adonai Malach Ger Lavesh, Lavesh Adonai Azitazar, Afti Kon Tever Baal Timot, Achon Kisacha Meaz, Mamat, Nasunerot Adonai, Nasunerot Kolami, Sunerot Ogyam. Mikod Mayim, Mayim Rabim Adirim, Mishpereyam, Adir Bamarom, Adonai. Erotecha, Ne'emnu Me'od, Beitechanava, Kodesh Adonai, Leorech Yamim. Please rise for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Borach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Borach Leolam Vaed. We may be seated. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Haolam, Asher Bivaro Ma'ariv Aravim. El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Ma'ariv Aravim. So yeah, we should probably, by our synagogue rules, everyone has to wear a mask unless you're leading. So, and then it's even more complicated tomorrow because if you have an aliyah, you still have to wear a mask as other people around the table. But if you're the Torah reader, we prefer you do, but you don't have to. But Eva never will when she's leading. So, you know. Anyway, all our COVID compromises.
We're all with the council.
So we're on 24 Avad Olam, but I'm wondering, are you Maya and Abigail? Or anybody Maya? Okay. Yes, so you'll be coming up right after this prayer for the Shema and Be'ahafta, a little early practice for tomorrow. Well, it's not practice, you're actually leading the prayer tonight too. Okay. But just get ready, not a good time to like go to the bathroom. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael. Page 25, we invite cousins, Maya and Abigail. Oh, do you want to join them for this? You can. And
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levavecha, ubechol nafshecha, ubechol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela, asher Adoni metzavecha. Hayom Varecha, Veshinatam Levanecha, Vevivartam, Veshimtecha, Vevetecha, Uvatecha, Vaderech, Ushoklecha, Uvumecha, Ushartaneot Yadecha, Vehayu Letotafot Veinecha, Uvtatam, Vamitzvot Veitecha, Uvisharecha.
Yashikoa, we continue silently, pages 27 to 29. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Page 32, Malchutov Ratzon K'Elohem, V'Shem B'nei Yisrael Chanishra B'Simcha Rabah, V'Yamru Kulam. Ihi Chamocha, Ra'elim Adonai, Ihi Kamocha Nehar B'Kodesh, Torah Tehilot, Osef Elenorah Tehilot, Osef Eleh. Machitecha ra'u banecha, Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, Te'eli al ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל מי כמוך ואין עמדי מי כמוך נהדר בקודש רק תהילות עושה פלא נורא תהילות עושה פלא נורא תהילות עושה פלא. Page 33. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim Shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Ve'amidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. Rosalinu Sukkot Shlomecha Baruch Atah Adonai Aparei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'al Yerushalayim. Please rise for Vishamru. Covenant Shabbat. Vishamru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat L'asot Et HaShabbat L'dorot HaBerit Olam B'nei B'nei Yisrael Oti Le'olam Oti Le'olam Oti Le'olam Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat L'asot et HaShabbat L'dorot HaBerit Olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et HaShamayim et ha'aretz Shamru b'nei Yisrael Yom Hashvi, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, l'asot et HaShabbat l'dorot HaBerit Olam. Remain standing for the Chatzi Kaddish, and we invite Eva to lead us in that, page 35. Yeah.
Yikada v'yikada Shemei Rabbah Ve'amadi rachutei v'mechmachutei V'chayechon v'yamecha V'chayedecho b'Yisrael Bagala Uvizman Karim Bimeru V'Heshmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Le'omaya Yivarach fish tabak, v'pa'ar v'traman v'naseh, v'tadar v'talei v'tala shmei v'kudashah. Le'elam mikol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Daviram Yoma Bimeru.
Amen. Yasher Koach. Private Amidah, pages 37 through 48. Ose shalom bimra, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imeru, amen. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. All right, in the interest of the heat and brevity this evening, we're going to write to Kaddish Shalem now, page 53. So once again, Gia, that is you.
Yikadol v'yikadash shemei Rabba. Ve'amar divrachotei v'amilch malchotei v'chayachonu v'yomechonu v'chaydechu b'et Yisrael. V'agalav izman kari v'imeru. V'hei shemei Rabba mevorach. Ve'olam ve'omaya yikara. Yikbarach v'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'trama v'naseh v'tadar v'talei v'tala shmei v'kudashah. Le'elam mikol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram be'amar v'imeru. Tikabal tzadahonu v'atahonu d'chol Yisrael kodam v'ruhon dirishmai v'imeru. V'hei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imeru. Osei shalom b'mamav v'yasei shalom aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'al kodesh v'tevel v'imeru.
Yasher Koach. Well done. Even we look forward to much more tomorrow. So in place of a sermon, I know some of you know this very well, but a lot of guests here tonight. So on Friday nights, I've been doing a historical moment or historical few moments. As I've gone through the files, some of the historical files, and found just interesting correspondence. And right now I'm doing just random letters from the synagogue, often the rabbi, back and forth with different people. These are not the complaint letters exactly like how bad the rabbi is. I'll get those eventually. Although this one is a complaint, but it's quite legitimate. So what happened was there's no text of the sermon available. Where Rabbi Harold Schulweis in 1968 on the second day, excellent, on the second day of Rosh Hashanah gave a sermon which offended at least one person, and you'll see why. Dear Rabbi Schulweis, On the second day of Rosh Hashanah, when I heard you, and I'm glad there's at least one doctor in the room for this. On the second day of Rosh Hashanah, when I heard you speak vehemently and derogatorily about that hospital, which turned out to be Highland General, I wondered how recently, if you had visited it, how much you know about it firsthand, because you are such an important community leader, because you are so concerned and involved with all peoples, because you are a taxpayer helping to support the hospital. I believe you should and do want to know more about it. Therefore, I would like to invite you to come over one day soon, probably after the holidays, so that I may show you our present and future facilities and tell you something about what is being done here, the good as well as the bad. Please let me know if and when you would like to come. Either mid-morning or early afternoon would be a good time. Sincerely, Miss Regina Mendel, Director of Medical Social Services. So, I wonder if he knew she was in the congregation. I mean, on some level, but you don't always think about that. He especially didn't really, I wouldn't say he didn't care, but he always spoke his mind and was never afraid of controversy. I don't know exactly what happened here, but here's his response a few days later. Dear Regina, let me first wish you and your mother a very happy and peaceful new year. I also hope that whatever I said about that hospital would not distract your attention from the main brunt of the sermon on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. Now, there's going to be some language that is very dated and offensively so, but I'm going to use it anyway because that's what's in the letter. Yes, I've been at Highland visiting people on and off, but the basis of my criticism was founded on many complaints I have received from Negro people, including houseworkers in my own home. Most recently, the information concerning the complexities of the hospital came to me from Dr. Ralph Gancher. I am convinced that the hospital is an excellent one, the staff is fine, but that it is not adequate to meet the needs of the thousands of people from the community here who require service, particularly in the ghetto, who do not have the time to spend in the waiting room for appointments. I'm sure you would not quarrel as to the need for additional facilities within the inner core of the community and for the need of doctors, nurses, etc., to volunteer their time toward that end. I would be delighted to receive a tour under your auspices, and as soon as my calendar settles down, I'll call you on it. Thank you for your letter. Cordially, Harold Schulweis, Rabbi. He was very concerned about the Black community in Oakland, and in many ways that comes through all his sermons at the time and letters. This is a real practical concern, regardless of the race or, well, I can't say economic status because that is a real issue at Highland Hospital, but it's still, it's still understaffed for the amount of community members that we have. But of course, this is true throughout all kinds of medical facilities today. But so problems are still there with Highland Hospital. I think most people who have either been to Highland Hospital as a patient or a rabbi who has visited Highland Hospital or physicians or nurses and social workers who work there would probably acknowledge that. But it was just an interesting piece of correspondence and a snapshot of the Oakland community in 1968. So that's tonight's historical moment. I find these things fascinating, just because they're just these little snippets that you otherwise wouldn't get. All right. We are going to rise for the Kiddush now. We're going to invite Eva, Julie, and Don to come on up. And it is on, 55, I believe.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבר קודשו מהמלוך רצון יחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תפילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת, אותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך, ואהבה ורצון, נחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
L'chaim, to life. Yeah, it's great. We gave the baby at the baby naming yesterday actual wine, but.
All right.
Thank you. And now it's time to bless our children, or anyone else who may be comfortable enough blessing, putting our hands on their heads. Yisimech Elohim Katsara, Rivcha Rachel Leah, Yisimcha Elohim Kebrayim V'Chi Menashe, Yivarecha Adonai V'Yishmerecha, Yer Adonai P'nav Elecha V'Yidunecha, Yisad Adonai P'nav Elecha V'Yasem Lecha Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. Amen. Amen. We remain standing for the Aleinu, page 57. Unless you want to leave it. Sure, here, go. That'd be awesome.
Aleinu Eshaper Adon Hakol, Latin Gidulal Ser Breshit, Shelo Asanu Kigudel Ratzon, Velo Samanu Kimishpachot Hadama, Shelo Samchakenu Kahem, Vegol Aleinu Kechol Hamonach, Vanachnu Korim, Umishtachlavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim Ve'osed Haaretz, Umoshe V'Karov HaShamayim Imahav, V'Shechinatu Zo, V'Shechinatu Zo, V'Gav Hei Meromim, Hu Eloheinu Eino, Emet Malkeinu Ebezumato, Kakatu V'Torato, Etatayom V'Hashnato V'Hashnato Hi Adonai Hu Elohim, B'Shamayim Yimah, Ya'aretz Ya'aretz Mitachad Eino. V'ne'emar v'chayadonai v'melech v'choreth v'yom ha'hu v'yom ha'hu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
You may be seated as we lovingly recall the memory of our departed relatives and friends whose yahrzeits we observe during the coming week, thinking especially today of Dina Aronson, Ray Bain, Manny Moshe Barcel, Diana Bereskin, Kathy Buglovsky, Coleman Bloomfield, Abraham Blumberg, Haya Blymenkratz, Nathan Brody, Robert Davis, Jack Gerber, Vivian Glick, Minnie Goldstein, Albert Gould, Hyman Gurman, Seymour Cy Harris, Zelda Jacobs, Fred Nauer, Ruth Manassi, Mr. Mutura Malingam, Fanny Nagar, John O'Brien, Harry Reingold, Anna Riskin, Martin Rockmaker, David Rosenzweig, Louis Sellinger, Sidney Schaefer, Wynne Simon, Lippy Streifer, Morris Unterberger, Joseph White, David Yaron. We're in the Shloshim, the 30-day mourning period for David Baum, the brother of Amy Tesler, and Jazz Chittister, the father of Danielle and David Chittister. The memories of all of them are with us. We ask all those who are in mourning or observing Yortzeit, as well as anyone else who wishes to rise for the mourner's Kaddish on page 61. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'almad Yivrach Yerutei Ve'amlich Malchutei V'chayechon V'yomechon V'chayechol Beit Yisrael V'gala V'zman Kari V'imru Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Ve'olam Lomei Omaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitbahar V'yitromal V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Kudsha V'richu La'elam Mikol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran Ve'alma V'imru Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya Chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Osei Shalom B'imama Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Zichronam Levracham. All right, some announcements. Tomorrow, services begin at 9:30. Eva Katz becomes bat mitzvah, sort of for the third, fourth time, you know, but still, this is the one, and she'll be leading Torah service, Musaf service. She'll be chanting the Torah. She'll be chanting the Haftarah. She'll be giving the Drash. So a lot of Eve tomorrow. It's going to be wonderful. We want to. Josh Mailman, who sets up all the streaming, is on vacation, so I'm doing a little extra running around tonight, as I will be tomorrow as well. We do not have a second trained person at the moment. We have, but we don't now. So it's me for now. He's working on training some more people, but we still thank him for setting it up. Of course, thank you to new board member Joan Rubin for being our board greeter. This week is Sunday. There's a TVA Film Club discussion on the movie Fanny's Journey, which has nothing to do with Steve Fanny Van Cutchen, about whom there was an article today in Tablet magazine about his magazine called Shmata, which was sort of a radical leftist yet libertarian magazine that he ran in the 60s, 70s, and dealt particularly with, he started it to deal with left-wing anti-Semitism, actually, but it was all over the place, as is Fanny in general, if you know him. So it's really fun to read this article, and it profiles him and the magazine. And let's see, we have Minyan this week is a blood drive, 9 a.m., or rather 12 noon in the social hall on Wednesday. You can sign up at redcrossblood.org, and then you have to enter TBA Oak in the Find a Blood Drive box. If you can't remember that, call the office this week. I'll be out of town through Wednesday, and we'll be back on Wednesday night. There's also next Saturday, Hazanit Yael Krieger will be here. All right, Eva, where are people from in your guests? I know some people are from Narragansett. Where else are people coming from?
Other than LA people, which is South and Softa. It's all the East Coast. So like New York and Rhode Island, and then you're Texas and Boston, and I don't Texas,
Connecticut,
and then Connecticut over there.
Well, welcome to all of you. Thanks for being here. And we have, I'm not going to introduce him every time. I think this is the second time here, maybe third. John in the back, so wave to John. And you're not part of the bat mitzvah? Are you new this time? Tell us your name. Hi. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And I think that's it. We have a closing song medley today. I'll explain it in a second. The people who appreciate this thing that I've been doing the most are my wife Karen, who's not here because she's in Los Angeles, and Josh, the streamer, but I'm doing it anyway, which is when a popular musician dies, I honor them with one of their songs. And I try to pick one that either has a profound Torah type message or relates somehow, but I also have to be able to play it. And so Jim Seal died this week. Does anybody know who Jim Seal is besides me? Some of you know.
Seals and Crocs.
Exactly, Seals and Crocs. Okay, so they have a lot of, they have some beautiful, beautiful songs. They're impossible to sing or play for the most part, except for Summer Breeze, which is the one you know even if you don't know the duo. And now that's the one we're going to do. But I'm also going to medley a couple lines from a couple of the other songs, which are more profound. Now this one, what does it have to do with Judaism or Shabbat? Like pretty much nothing, but we need the Summer Breeze right now. But the first line takes place on a Friday night. So we're going to start with Ma Yafeh Hayom, what a beautiful Shabbat day it is. We're going to mash that in with Summer Breeze, and there'll be a few others as part of this medley. Okay, we'll do the best we can. So Ma Yafeh Hayom, what a beautiful day is Shabbat. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. See the curtain hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light is shining in the window, lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through jasmine in my mind. How many of you know this song? Like, even though you didn't know they were going to say, yeah, more of you than know the group. See the paper laid on the sidewalk, little music from the house next door. So I walk on up to the doorstep, through the screen and across the floor. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing her tune. And I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there, not a care in the world. See the smiling waiting in the kitchen, food cooking and the plates for two. See the arms that reach out to hold me in the evening when the day is through. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Oh, hummingbird, lend us your wings. A different song. Lift us up to the heaven of holiness, O source of our being. Hummingbird, hummingbird, don't fly away. Hummingbird, don't fly away, fly away. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.